Hello and good day. It's Ryan Orr from Team Title Guy at Tycor Title. And today our talk was going to be on how to pull property tax rates as people are asking you questions in your business. So for example, maybe you're doing an open house. And in this open house, a person walks in and says, I love the property, but do you know the tax rate? The question comes back to, do you know how to pull it currently? Well, inside of Tycor Title's Tycor online program, you can quickly and easily identify what the current tax rate is, as well as what the new anticipated tax rate may be with the new purchase price. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, what's the difference? I don't fully understand. Well, when it comes to higher Mello Roos areas, those Mello Rooses are fixed to the specific property. And I'll get into that in just a moment as I show you. Also, a key question that people have is, do you know what my estimated supplemental tax bill will be when I move into this property? This is kind of a key question for people. And in many cases, it's one of the most underserved questions that people have because most agents are intimidated by the answer, by not knowing the answer, if anything. So here with this tool that we're going to talk about today, we want to make sure that you are fully armed with the information you need to be successful in your business. And when people ask you those questions, you can effectively communicate that with them. All right, so first things first. If you don't already have a Tycor online account, please feel free at the end of this video or now to text message me or email one of us at Team Title Guy to get you set up with Tycor Online. We can typically get you back a username and password the same day for both the online version as well as the mobile application. They both work phenomenal, and the mobile application does some things that the online version doesn't do, and the online version obviously does some things that the mobile version won't do. So they both have great value for you and your business. Now here today is a webinar. If you would like to have a personal run-through, we can either do it one-on-one via webinar or in person. So let's schedule that time as soon as we can. All right, so getting things started. You've logged into Tycor Online. Where do I go next? The first step is to click this button here at the top that says Property Reports. When we click the button that says Property Report, it's going to prompt us to another page. Now, one of the things we like to do in our industry can be to overcomplicate some of the information that we put into a page. This tool is very simple, and it's asking for very little information. In doing so, as the screen starts to pop up on here, we don't want to put in every piece of information about that property. Realistically, this thing is looking for 3 items and 3 items only. It's looking for a house number, number 1. Number 2, it's looking for a street name. Now, the street name is where it's a little bit tricky because all it's looking for is the street name itself. It's not looking for north, south, east, west. It's not looking for boulevard or court or street or way. All we want is the house number. I'm going to put in a house number and the street name. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to look over here, and we're going to verify the county in which the property is in. I'm going to go back here because it's kind of important. Notice I did not put the city, I did not put the state, I did not put the zip code. It's just the number and the street name, and then the county in which you're looking. If it's not the right county, go ahead and start typing it in, and it will start to fill it in itself and choose it. So if it's LA, type in Los Angeles County, and you'll start to see those things come out. All right, next step. Hit the button that says Find. When I hit the button that says Find, it puts a pinpoint on the property itself right here. So you can kind of verify that, yep, that's the property I'm looking for. So if you're looking to pull a full property profile, this is where we would go here. But we're not teaching on that today. What we want to talk about is these bottom 2 tabs with these new buttons next to them. The first one at the bottom says Property Tax Profile. The one right above it says Estimated Property Taxes for Purchase. And you might be thinking, well, what is the true difference with these 2 options? Well, the estimated taxes for purchase is going to be exactly the same as the property tax profile. It's just going to fill in more data for you. So if you're doing an open house, if you're working with a buyer, this is probably the one you want to default to, the estimated property taxes for purchase. So we checkbox it, and we move forward and click the OK button. At this time, it's going to prompt you to put in what the new anticipated sales price or listing price for this property is. So in this instance, I'm going to type in $600,000 and hit the button that says OK. In doing so, it's going to pull the information directly from the county record and give you this full tax profile. One of the biggest key objections I see from agents is, well, I get this information from Realist Tax. And that's a valid point. However, there's things that this will do for you that Realist Tax will not. Also, others might say, hey, I'll pull this directly from the county itself. And that's valid. However, when you do that, you need to log into each specific county, be it LA, Riverside, it could be San Bernardino, Orange, Ventura. Do you remember all those websites, or would you like to remember just one property, one website? That's it. This will do it all for you. All right, so as we look at this property right here, as I'm underlining, it shows the current effective tax rate on this property is 1.394, which is relatively low in the newer areas of Rancho Cucamonga. You can also see here that the first half taxes have already been paid, and the second half are due in April, and they're open. They have not been paid. As I scroll down the page, you see this section here titled Estimated New Tax Information. So you can get a ballpark as to what the new, pretty darn close, as to what the new taxes based upon that sales price will be. Here's your estimated monthly amount in taxes, maybe for a lender or someone that wants to know that information, including with impounds, to know what numbers to use. In addition to that, new tax rate. This is an estimate, and it shows it slightly less at 1.292 than the 1.394 it's currently showing. And the reason for that is because the base rate on taxes still remains the same as what it currently is. When it comes to supplementals, like all of these standard supplementals, I apologize, Mello Roos and special assessments, you can see that whether it's the current levy or the future projection, they remain the same. The reason for that is that they're assigned to a specific house at a specific dollar amount. Those never change, depending upon the sales price. What does change is the base rate, which is a percentage of the property sales price. And you can see that reflected here. Current is $4,400. The new projection is at $6,300. Now, we've all been taught about Mello Rooses, and we all look for the name Mello Roos, right? Well, all of these things down here are technically Mello Rooses. So your LMD, or Landscape Maintenance District, your Street Lighting District, your CFEs, or Community Facilities District, they're all forms of Mello Rooses. And when you're going to the polls and you're voting on things, please know that when you're voting for a proposition or a measure of these things, that this is typically where they get added in. People don't realize that when we're voting for propositions that it's actually adding taxes. And yes, you will end up paying for it. So when you're going and you're choosing these items, you got to be careful as to what it is you're selecting yes for. Also, a big reminder here is going to be the fact that if that program called the HERO program is incorporated with a house and it's attached to the tax bill, it will show it in here. So it's a great way to identify these potential hiccups or challenges in advance of your transactions going into escrow. So keeping an eye out here is always a good idea. Last but not least, we were talking about the estimated supplemental tax bill. That one that's so hard for people to calculate, and they're very hesitant to tell the consumer as to what that might truly be. Typically, we'll just say, hey, you know what, within 3 to 6 months, you're going to get a one-time catch-up bill from the county. It's called a supplemental tax bill. Now you can get an idea as to what that might be, whether it closes it this month, next month, or the following month. So we find that this is an extremely valuable tool for our agents to be continually successful and knowledgeable when their clients ask them questions. So if you're trying to prepare, I advise log into TycoOnline.com, pull this information, and be able to share it with your client. Now, I did say that there's a mobile version as well. This portion of the tool is not available on the mobile version. It's only in the web version. So that being said, it doesn't mean you can't log in on an iPad to the web version. It just takes an extra couple touches. So we really, really have great success with this tool. Many of our clients don't realize this is here, and so that's why we're trying to train on it and bring value to you and your transaction and truly be a strategic business partner for you and your team. I hope that this information we're sharing today is extremely valuable for you and your business, and it just goes to show that in a short period of time, we can get an extremely big value across. So each and every Thursday, we will be doing a webinar for 15 to 30 minute stops, and we'll be available for question and answer. Also, stay tuned for our ongoing training series once a month that we're holding currently at Red Hill Country Club. It's 1 to 2 hours the information that we're going to provide is going to be great for you and your business. I think if you miss these meetings and these trainings, especially the live events, that you will be missing out. Now, if things come up or you have things planned, we do plan to record them and show them on our learning channel as well. So we hope that you will continue to plug in and subscribe to our learning channel on YouTube. I want to say thank you so much, and on behalf of Ticor Title and especially Team Title Guy, thank you for listening to our presentation today. Please feel free to call, text, or email us. For a full list of our future events, please feel free to go to our Team Title Guy Facebook page or our ttgblog.com website with upcoming events, notes, videos, and what's most important in the industry today. As we go to different events and trainings throughout the area and industry, we do our best to take great notes and be able to share those notes, videos, and handouts right back to you. So, again, at the end of the day, all we ask, hey, if you sell, buy, or refi, please specify Team Title Guy in your next transaction. Thank you so much, and may you have a phenomenal day.